Sa punto pong ito, makakausap natin live dito sa ating studio si former President Fidel V. Ramos. Magandang gabi po at salamat sa pagpunta nyo rito, President Ramos.
Magandang gabi sa atin lahat, mga kasama, mga kababayan at kapitbahay.
Masayang araw ho ito para sa Pilipinas. Historic pa, panalo ho tayo dun sa kaso sa International Arbitration Tribunal. Ano pong reaksyon nyo doon?
Bukod doon sa sinabi mo, masaya kasi andito ako .
Hindi po, pero di naalala ko kasi you were a proponent na dapat mag-joint exploration na lang tayo with China dito sa mga teritoryong ito.
Noon, nung wala pa itong mga artificial islands. Pero sinasabi ko ngayon, sa palagi ko, mas malawak na patakaran nito. I'm talking about the aspiration of the United Nations by 2030. Ito yun Sinulat ko na ito
Aha.
Na within 15 years from now, iisang mundo na lang, iisang neighborhood o community at saka isang pamilya, tayong lahat.
Aha.
7.5 billion people or more.
Opo.
At wala nang barilan, wala nang salvaging.
Mangyayari ho kaya yan? Heto, masama loob mo ng China sa atin
ng mga 195 member nations ay pumirma rito. Pati China, pati US, pati Russia, pati lahat ng superpower. Oo. Meron pa isang siraulo doon sa, hindi ko sabihin kung nasaan. Pumirma rin yata
Sino ho yun?
Yung merong nuclear bomb na...
Sa North Korea.
Ikaw nagsabi.
Pero posible ho kaya yan, President Ramos?
Very possible. Let me explain.
Parang sometimes you feel the world is crumbling. May problema sa Middle East, sa Syria, yung ISIS lumalakas, sa Amerika, no? Yung bedrock of democracy, nagkakagulo sila, racist, ang taas pa rin pala ng racial discrimination sa kanila.
Tama po yan. Pero ako, ang aking pananaw ay laging strategic. At least one generation. Kung ating plano ay tubig,
Opo.
kuryente, infrastructure, at saka yung population management, na katamtaman lang ang ginagawa natin, step by step, pero always moving upward, progressing to a better future. Now, the world is so complicated now that many of these things take 15 to 20 years or even more. One whole generation, 25 years. At kung yan ang ambisyon ng United Nations ngayon, at ito, nasa kanilang 25 September 2015 General Assembly Resolution of 195 countries for a better world, with 17 Sustainable Development Goals, magagawa yan. Kasi, tignan mo naman, medyo pagod ng mga Earth's people, lahat, with killing, suffering, dying. It's about time we use our resources to save lives, not to destroy people. Ako, isang sundalo, ako nagsasabi niyan, Kasi yung ating mga sundalo, kagaya ko, ayan mga nakakaranas ng napakahirap na...
All this time po pala, General Ramos, you are a dove. Hindi ho kayo hawk. Ayaw nyo ng gera, ayaw nyo ng patayan.
I am a peacemaker. I am a Philippine eagle na prosperous, healthy.
Saan po nanggagaling yung inyong balon ng optimism? You're 88, tama po ba?
Yes.
You're 88 years old. A lot of people your age would be bitter or angry pa rin. Pero kayo, you're optimistic that the world can still be a better place?
Simple lang. Kasi last year, pinalagyan ako ni Mrs. Ramos ng pacemaker. Mayroong 25-year guarantee ito. Teka, alisin ko yung bra ko, Papakita ko sa'yo.
Okay na po.
So I am good up to 113 years.
Wow.
I'll still be around. I'm sure you are.
Sana ho.
You will be.
Baka ho, you will outlive all of us sa kapo-push up nyo. Pero President Ramos, kung papayuhan niyo po ang presidente natin ngayon and China, how best to move forward from the ruling ng International Arbitration Tribunal ngayon? Ano ho ang dapat?
First, let us put our house in order. Kasi marami pa tayong problema. At andiyan na nga yung bonding by reaching out to your most bitter political rival or call him or her your enemy, but a fellow Filipino or Filipina. Let's embrace each other and form one strong, competitive Philippine team. That's the way to progress in this very competitive world.
So dapat kausapin ho natin ang China? Talo ho sila
No,
today.
that will come. And then next is, let us again form our ASEAN team. Kasi yan ang ating regional aggregation And then, we will have a stronger position in terms of cooperation, not fighting. And then let's talk to China. In the meantime, we should be training our Chinese team here. Those that know Mandarin or who must learn Mandarin. I have a grandson who's now learning Mandarin because he feels it is his duty as a millennial to do so. He's very good at international communications through the internet.
So you see China as the way of the future? West Point graduate po kayo, di ba?
No,
If you go
China-
by stereotype, sabihin dapat batang kano kayo, batang Amerikano.
China is part of the wave of the future. Kasama yung mga Amerikano.
Okay.
Kasama yung mga ASEANs. 10 countries tayo. Kasama yung mga tiga Middle East. Kasi they are killing each other in the Middle East. And I do not know if there is anybody among you here, out there, in China, who want World War III to happen. My goodness, this is the reason why we must cooperate. Anong kalaban natin? International terrorism, worldwide pandemic diseases, hunger, poverty, global warming, super tsunami, super typhoon. Ang daming mga super ngayon.
And nuclear warheads.
Yes. And that is the one that I was mentioning a little while ago to some others. Nuclear warhead that is delivered by just pressing the button. And it will travel twice the speed of sound and hit a target. Walang aling yan. Eksakto yan kasi computerized na yan And will pulverize 5 million people in one blow.
Iba ho dun sa gera that you were trained for na conventional or unconventional na 1:1 o isa-isa lang ang patay, di ho ba? Itong pag nuclear warheads ng kausap natin ngayon, whole populations will be
Ang
decimated.
tawag dyan, it has vast multiplier effects.
Opo.
I know. I am the person who promoted unconventional warfare as a captain in the armed forces of the Philippines back in 1962. Apat kami gumawa niyan. Graduates of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Puro parachutist, airborne, unarmed combat. Kaya namin lahat ng skills. Kaya nakakatakot yung World War III.
Okay. Kailangan ikwento nyo raw ho sa amin ngayon. Bakit ho ninyo, kayo pala isa sa mga mastermind. Sabi ho mismo ni President Duterte, why he became president. He acknowledged you na tinulungan nyo siyang maging presidente. At kayo raw ho ang pumunta pa ng Davao para kausapin siya. And the clincher, sabi niya mismo, kaya siya pumayag na tumakbo is because of the line that you said na it's about time for Mindanao to have a president. Bakit ho nyo pinili si
Totoo
President
po yan.
Duterte?
Dahil sa on the third week of October 2014, matagal na yan,
Opo.
Davao was going to be the host of the BIMP Yaga, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area.
Opo.
At doon din sa Davao in 1993, kung saan tayo nagpirmahan doon sa Bimpiaga Agreement, which was proposed by me as President of the Philippines.
Opo.
Ngayon, punta ko doon as guest speaker of the trade exhibition. But we had a closed-door conference first with then Mayor, now President, Digong, Duterte. Although I told him, ikaw Duterte, ako Duterte 5, pero ikaw, kaya mo, Du 50. Sige, sige.
Nakiki-fist bump din po pala kayo, ha?
Yeah, yung aking ganito eh.
Yung isa inyo.
Transparency, pakita yung fingerprints mo.
Pero ano ho nakita nyo sa kanya? Kaya,
Hindi, ito ang sinabi ko sa kanya. During our initial closed-door conference, in the presence of maybe 6 of us, close friends, andyan si Duresa, andyan si Paul Dominguez, andyan si Sunny Dominguez, andyan si Manny Piñol, who were all my associates before.
yes.
And of course, I was much older. Ang sabi ko nga, totoo yung sinabi mo, I said, Mayor Duterte, it is time that Mindanao produces a Philippine president. Tinutukan ko ng ganyan. And he said, ayoko, wala akong pera. Masakit ang likod ko. Tsaka, dito na lang ko. Better here. I'm happier here. Sabi ko, no, you owe it as a duty. Tungkulin mo yan na umangat ka na. Pakita mong galing mo. And Mindanao's problems may be solved better with a Mindanaoan himself leading the nation. Okay, a few hours later, magdi-dinner na kami doon sa Davao Insular, which was also my hotel when I was in the constabulary. And there were 5,000 guests from many countries. But the Australians were there because they're now part of Bimpiaga as associate members, especially Northern Territories based in Darwin, and Western Australia based in Perth. And I said before everybody, I hope Mayor Duterte will run as Philippine President in the next election. And then I took off my T-shirt. I was topless for 10 minutes. And it was because it had the big Philippines in the back and a Philippine flag here over my heart. And I signed it and I said, this is the uniform of my Philippine president. I gave it to him. Then he gave me his.
Nagpalitan po kayo ng t-shirt.
Oh, but this was a cheapy white V-cut t-shirt, but with a digong like this. At ang wording doon, nakalagay, atin to pre.
Aha.
Pagkatapos yung pre, dinagdagan niya ng letter S. Di, atin to press. Di parang commitment na yun, coming from him. Mukhang tinanggap niya yung hamon ko.
Pero ngayon ho, may mga umaalma dito ho sa mga patayan na nangyayari.
Totoo po yan.
Aha. And some policemen positive for drugs. Kayo ho, PCINP chief dati. Alam ko, baby nyo yung Philippine Constabulary now, the Philippine National Police. And what are your thoughts dito po sa nangyayaring vigilante-style killing, di umano na tinatawag ko
We
nila?
had similar problems. But of course, the commander-in-chief was always there to back us up kasi we were under martial law starting September 1972. I took over in January 1972. Pero dahil nga sa meron yung extraordinary legal situation na ganun, ay hindi naging malaking problema. Hindi kagaya ngayon. But ito gusto kong sabihin sa kanya, although nasabi ko na through the National Security Advisor and the Defense Secretary, General Lorenzana, who are my golfing buddies. And we were together last week here in Capaginaldo. Ang sabi ko, you must always follow the rule of law and due process. No matter how notorious the person who is your subject may be. But equally important is we must remove organized crime, illegal drugs, which all lead to corruption, also of public officials. Yun ang pinaliwanag ko. Pero importante yung always follow the rule of law and due process.
Pero kayo ho naging pulis at naging sundalo minsan. Isn't that easier said than done? Kasi kahit si President Duterte is saying, patayin nyo, kasi mas importanteng protektahan ang karapatan ng mga matahimik at peace-loving na mga tao kaysa dun sa mga kriminal. If you're a policeman or a soldier on the ground, paano mo ipatutupad yung batas? You play by the rules of the game. Pero yung kalaban mong kriminal, ini-ignore yung batas. So how do you do that
There
po?
are two situations where you can act on your own judgment quickly. Una-una, yung tinatawag na warrantless arrest. If you are seeing a crime in your presence about to be perpetrated, then you can arrest the person or use even greater force that is necessary.
Okay.
Yung ikalawang sitwasyon po ay ito, pinaliwanag din ni General Bato, is if you are doing a shooting or a forcible action, if it is your life that is being endangered, or to save yourself, you are authorized to shoot. I think these are the two cardinal rules that our law enforcers and soldiers and all others who are armed, who are in a public office, who can defend themselves properly. But every incident of this nature must be properly investigated,
Okay.
recorded, and then acted upon by the authorities concerned.
Okay. Yaman din lang po na kayo ang ino-acknowledge ng presidente ngayon to have pushed him to the presidency. How would you assess? I know wala pa siyang isang buwan, no, into the position. Pero parang marami na ho siyang pronouncements, major pronouncements at that. Marami na rin pong nakikitang change. How would you assess his presidency so far?
First of all, ang nakikita ko ay he is trying to be a team leader. First of all, by getting the vice president into the team
Okay.
and giving her an important assignment because she has great capabilities as a lawyer, a former legislator, and social worker. And this must be done to all others. Even if they're not potential cabinet members, but who are potential rivals or enemies, if they are or should be part of the Philippine team, bring them in. Kaya I have suggested through my column in the, hindi ko na sabihin yung newspaper, ano?
Bulletin.
Thank you. Salamat kayo. Na he must try to get the LEDAC. I'm not saying for him to follow me, no.
Okay.
But the LEDAC I found was a very important mechanism to strengthen the team. Ano ba yung LEDAC? Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council, where you bring in the private sector who are the leaders or conveners of women, youth, elderly and veterans, professionals, academia, private business, plus some more. And the relevant or concerned members of the cabinet according to the agenda. Plus minority, majority, senators, congressmen. And they discuss the problem among themselves, maybe 30, 35.
Okay.
Peacefully. Ngayon, because of that, itong mga salvaging, mga killing of innocent people, we do not reach that stage because yung problems na yan ay already brought out in this inner conference of leaders.
But sabi niyo, you give him advice through your column. Isa ho kayo sa mga nagtulak sa kanya. I would imagine dapat you have one of his ears, di ba? You
Even
should
if
have
he
read.
had 10 years, I am not sure that he's listening to me.
Bakit to?
Because my advice is all unsolicited. He does not ask for it. I give it to anybody, but especially to him who is the highest person in authority for the good of the country.
Okay.
And it's unsolicited because I have so much best practices and governance experience to dispose of. And this must be given to the leaders.
88 years old. Para ho kayong Energizer, you just go on and on. That's another brand mention in my interview with you tonight. Maraming salamat po, President Ramos. Baka may gusto ho kayong sabihin sa ating mga manonood.
Salamat Jessica and GMA para sa atin lahat, mga kasama. Let us forget about destroying lives, institutions, and property. Let us, on the other hand, save them, build them up, and we all band together for a better Philippines and a better world. Na wala nang gulo. Everybody enjoys the fullness of his or her potential, especially by people like you.
Maraming salamat po. World Peace, bow. Thank you po, President Ramos.
Salamat po.
Maraming salamat that you took the time out para po pumunta sa aming studio ngayong gabi. Thank you po. Mabuhay po kayo.